So now friends, my lab has got started. So unfortunately there was a glitch in some switches, so they were not coming up. So now all of them are up, like you can see I can access them. So now coming to this topology, let's go ahead and configure these devices. So on PC1, I'll disable the IP routing, and in the interface Ethernet, sorry, 0 by 1 IP address is 10.111/24 mask. You can see Ethernet 0/1 is now configured as 10.111. On PC2, I'll disable IP routing in this. Let's check the IP. So it's 10.112. Status is up and the protocol is up. Coming to PC3, I'll disable IP routing in this. I'll check for the IPs. 10.113 is here. PC4. I'll disable the IP routing in this, and the interface Ethernet 1. Interface Ethernet 0/1. So I'll just take you through. So this is the interface 0/1. This was 0/3. So now I'll configure PC5 and PC6. So they are connected to 0, 0 and 0, 1. So on PC5 I'll change the host name to PC5. There cannot be a space in between. I'll disable the IP routing, and in the interface 0/0/24 mask and no shut. We'll check the IP. 10.115 is the IP on PC6. PC6. I'll disable the IP routing, and the interface Ethernet 0/1. The IP address will be 10.116 in the /24 subnet mask. No shut, exit, and show IP interface brief. So 0/1 is 10.116. So 0/1 is 10.116. So now we'll create some VLANs and we'll assign these users to those VLANs now. So we'll create VLAN 10 for PC1 and PC3, and VLAN 20 for PC2 and PC4. And I have also attached these devices here. So I will configure a different VLAN here. So I will take you through allowed VLANs list in the trunking. So we'll check it. So now I'll go on to the switch one. In the switch one, so we'll say VLAN 10, name is IT, exit, VLAN 20, name is HR, exit. So in the switch one, we have two PCs connected, PC1 and PC2. So I will assign these two PCs as access links, these two links as access links onto this switch, onto those PCs are connected. So I'll assign this to VLAN 10 and I will assign this to VLAN 20. So let's go on to the switch. So interface Ethernet 0/1, switch port mode access, and switch port will access the VLAN 10. And now we'll go to the second interface, switch port mode access, and the switch port will access the VLAN 20. Now if we check here, Ethernet 0/1 and 0/2 are assigned to VLAN 10 and 20 respectively. So we are not able to see Ethernet 0/0 as it is a trunk interface here. So we will see in show interfaces trunk. So we can see this 0/0 interface is present here, and VLANs 10, 20 and 1 are allowed. So by default it's having an encapsulation of ISL. So we have already gone through this part in the previous session. So we'll go on to the switch 2 now, and we'll configure these VLANs. And now in the switch 2 we have two PCs connected. 0/3 is connected to PC3 and 0/4 is connected to PC4. So we'll assign PC3 in VLAN 10 and PC4 in VLAN 20, and then we will communicate between PC2 and 4 and PC1 and 3. So let's go on to the switch. In the interface Ethernet 0/3, we'll switch port mode access, and switch port will access the VLAN 10 as it's the third PC. So we'll exit one, switch port mode access, and the switch port will access VLAN 20. So now we have configured these ports in access VLAN. So we'll just check these ports. You can see that there is no other port, as 0/2 and 0/0 are trunk ports. So 0/3 is assigned to VLAN 10 and 0/1 is assigned to VLAN 20 now. So in the switch 1 we had two PCs connected to VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. So we'll try to ping VLAN 10 PC by VLAN 10 PC in the next switch. So that would be PC1 and 3 are in VLAN 10. So I will try to ping PC3, and you can see that the ping will happen. And I think something is wrong. 0/1, right, is in VLAN 10 and is in VLAN interfaces trunk. 00 and 02 are trunk interfaces, and these VLANs, I'll just check it again. So you can see that it is not pinging currently. So we'll just change the encapsulation type onto switch 1's trunk link and the switch 2's trunk link. So Ethernet 00 would be that link which is connected to switch 1. So we'll just go to configure terminal, interface Ethernet 0/0 would be the interface which is trunk. We will say switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1q. We'll do exit. Similarly, onto this switch, we'll go to the interface Ethernet 0/0. We'll say switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1q. Now we'll see. We'll try pinging PC2 and so is the PC3 up currently? Yes, it is up. PC2 and PC4. So we'll try pinging. So now you can see that the ping is successful between PC2 and PC4. So now coming on to PC1, we'll try pinging PC3. So as you can see now, the communication is happening between the different VLAN hosts. So we changed the encapsulation type to .1q, and then we could see that the PCs started communicating. So now one more important thing into this lecture would be that there are two modes of switch ports. So there would be administrative mode and operational mode. So in administrative mode, we have four types: static access, static trunk, dynamic auto, dynamic desirable. And in operational mode, we have trunk and access. So we'll talk about these in detail, but currently if we go on to the switch and I do show interface switch port command, so you will see that the mode is dynamic desirable, which is the administrative mode here currently, and the operational mode is trunk in this case. The trunking encapsulation is .1q. So you can see here, and negotiation of trunking is on, which means that it will send DTP frames from it. So we'll talk about it in the next video, as that would be on DTP. So currently we can see that the administrative mode is dynamic desirable and the operational mode is trunk. So basically operational mode is only trunk and access, and the administrative mode can be any of these: static trunk, static access, dynamic auto. In this case it was dynamic desirable. So we can see these things. So one more important thing I would tell you in the topology itself. So we will just add one more switch here. We have added it already. So we have two PCs connected here, .5 and .6. So we'll configure them in VLAN 30. So they will not be able to communicate with these hosts. So we'll try and we'll do this first. And so going on to the topology, Ethernet 0/0 is PC5 and 0/1 is PC6, and the trunk interface is 02. So going on to the switch 2, we'll just say interface Ethernet 0/2 to switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1Q. So now coming on to this switch, we'll create a VLAN 30 by the name ACC switch port mode access and the switch port will access the VLAN 30. Similarly with interface Ethernet 0/1 switch port mode access and the switch port will access VLAN 30. So we can see that the communication between these two PCs will happen. As you can see, these two ports are now assigned to VLAN 30, and the trunk interface, that is 0/2, is only having 1 and 30 VLAN. However, in this case, there are two VLANs and the trunk interfaces will be two. So you can see that in this interface, in this particular interface, it has allowed VLAN 1, 10 and 20. And here in this case, it has allowed only VLANs 1 and 30. So it will only forward the data traffic for VLAN 1. As VLAN 1 is common in both scenarios, it won't forward the data traffic of VLAN 30 to it will forward it, but it will get dropped as the VLAN tag will be mismatched. So in this case, these users are not in VLAN 30, so they would not be having the communications with VLAN 30 with these users. So these users will be communicating with each other. Let me show you. So let's ping 6. So you can see that communication is happening between these two PCs, and from here let's ping 5. So communication is happening now. So coming on to this switch 3, we can see that here the administrative mode is static access, because we have statically told this particular interface, which was for PC5, and the operational mode is access for this. And for the trunk interfaces, this trunk interface, it has an administrative mode of dynamic desirable and the operational mode is trunk, and the negotiation of trunking is on. However, in this case, in the user connected ports, you can see that the negotiation of trunking is off, as these ports will not participate in to sending or receiving DTP frames. So they won't be receiving DTP frames. DTP frames will only be received onto the trunk links. So we'll discuss about it in the next session as well. So now, what if we wanted to allow or to remove any VLAN from here? So coming on to switch 1, if we wanted to remove some VLAN, then we'll check whether the users are assigned to that VLAN will be active or not. So if we say no VLAN 10, So now what will happen? Will the PC1 will be able to communicate to PC3? So I'll try pinging it. So you will see that the communication will not happen as the VLAN is not present there. And on the switch 1, we'll go and we'll see show VLAN brief, and we'll see that we are not having that particular interface here as the VLAN is deleted now. So we will go on to this switch only and we'll configure the VLAN again. You can see that now the port is here, and if we try pinging PC1 and 3 now, you will see that the communication will happen. You can see that now the communication is happening. So this would be all for this topology.